What's love got to do with it? What's love on an expiration Friday? I'll tell you what love is for me. Love is seeing all these energy stocks, seeing all the oil being in the green today. So, of course, getting ready to click record, and they start to, come off their day highs, but they are still flying high. We got PBF Energy up 2.75%, Devon up 2.82%, Chevron up 2%, ExxonMobil up 2.5%, Valero 2.4%. So we got that going for us. Pretty nice. Let's look at the USO. I was showing you this yesterday, but I failed to mention one thing that I wanted to show you. So right now, USO is up almost 4% today. We did sell puts on USO yesterday, bought CVX, ExxonMobil, sold some puts on what else? UCO, all oil related. But yesterday, what I failed to show you, which I wanted to on this particular chart, would have been the RSI and the MACD. And, the RSI is relative strength index, basically showing us oversold, overbought, that type of activity. MACD is the moving average of the market with regard to a particular stock or ETF, convergence, divergence. And if you can look, we were talking yesterday in these time periods as the USO is bottoming, which, from a psychological standpoint, makes it very difficult to invest during that time. But the chart, as we looked at it yesterday, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, was showing me that I think it's time for it to move up. And part of what I was seeing on the charts was the RSI and the MACD, because you see them down here during these times at their lowest. It's in the red here, in the red here. And then as the MACD begins to curl up, that's typically our signal that, hey, things are indeed now going to make a little bit of a run up, and you can see what it has done since then. So we've come off of this 67.45 low yesterday, and we had a high today so far of 70.85, I believe, and then currently sitting at 70.83. So we will keep an eye on that, but so far so good with the oil. Let's go over to the big board and see what we have expiring today. Oh, speaking of today, set another little best at 1.77. So that's very nice. I think, is that, yeah, I think that's 10,000 higher than the all-time high of the portfolio. I think we were at 1.67 just a couple of days ago. Today we're up another 13,000. A couple of days ago, a lot of the credit went to Target, and today a lot of the credit goes to oil. Black Gold Texas tea. So what do we have here? We have Colgate, $75 call, and Colgate is currently trading at 76.01. So I've messed around with Colgate enough for now. So bye. Clean Spark, $5 calls are at 96% profit. Clean Spark doing what today? Where are you, Internet? Hello, Bart. It's me, Elon. Sorry, Internet. A little slow at the moment. It's up 3.4% at almost $4. So we could possibly roll this position. Let's just see what kind of action there would be. Clean Spark is a monthly, so it'd be 28 days out, and we would collect some decent coin. 28 days out, it would be the same $5 strike. We have a $1 debit to cover. 23 minus 1 equals 22. Let's continue just to see if that's even realistic. It's a low likelihood, medium. We'll put it on the board for now just to see what will happen, and then possibly collect $400 bills for just playing along, having a good time. So we'll put that on the board, check back with that as the day goes along. And what else do we have? We have our Canadian Solar. It's probably down today. From last I looked, it is down almost 1%. So we'll wait for that to go green again and then sell more covered calls on Canadian Solar. We talked about Defend. We're letting that go bye. Devon It seems like today would be a great day to sell more covered calls to roll this position into more dollar bills. But I'm going to let oil ride at least for a couple days to see if my thesis is correct that we are going to go to 70 to 50 on the USO from where we're at today, which is 70.82. If we do so, then all of my oil stocks are going to be doing very nice, and then and then that would be a great time to sell more covered calls on Devon. Now, again, oil could end up taking a nosedive today. I don't know. It's just the charts were saying it's going up, and it should go up to about 72.50 on the USO before taking a little bit of a retreat from there. But we'll keep an eye on that. We have $58 calls on Coca-Cola. Coke is doing what? It is. Oh, it is up now. It was down earlier. Coke is at 57.21. However, what we need to keep in mind on Coke is, checking the board here, November 30th is ex-dividend date, so we don't want to mess around and lose any dividends. So we could trade this out a week. Let's just see what the action would be, because we can roll it out a week and still be safe on that November 30th ex-dividend date. But the only real action would be at the $58 mark, currently at 10 cents, and we'd have to cover a penny. I'm going to roll the dice and let those expire at full profit and then see what goes on at the beginning of next week with regard to share price of Coke and the Cola. We talked about the PBF yesterday. I had a horrible example because at the time PBF was downtown the Chinatown, but they're up today. So let's take another look at what our numbers would show us. Should I or should I not take possession of PBF at $50? Now, the obvious answer would be, why would you do that? It's only trading at 45.65. Well, let's do some math, shall we? So if we rolled this position and we had to cover a 440 debit, right? We would be at the $50 mark again, and we would collect $45, $45 bills, right? Where we would cover and make some dough. And so now it's fluctuating, but we'll go with the $45. $45 divided by the $5,000 that's on the table, divided by 28 days into the trade, and the 365, that's 11.7% annualized return on such a move, right? But if we look at PBF in general, say we take those shares today at 50, and then we turn around and we sell covered call at 50 a month out, right? Where are you? There you are. We're looking at a 60 cent, right? We're looking at 60 cents, 0.6 divided by 50 divided by 28 multiplied by 365. Now we're at 15.6%, and we have ownership, which then starts to entitle us to collecting those dividends, which we enjoy a lot. We do. We enjoy dividends a great deal. So that would all, and we already have 500 shares, would go to 600. I showed you the math yesterday, how my cost per share would not change a great deal, even though I would be way overpaying. I would be paying $50 a share for something that is currently trading at $45.58. But that's the risk I took when I sold the cash secured put at $50. I collected all the dollar bills on the premium. I've rolled it once already. So all that money is in my pocket. So I will take the shares. I'll get my spreadsheet going on the individual position on PBF and show you next week what things are looking like. So right now, the $50 calls looking good at 99% profitability. Now, you would think, well, why don't you let those ride like you're going to do on Devon? And the reason is because the next strike price is still going to be, it's going to be probably, I'm going to guess, just based on trading PBF, it's likely the next strike price is 50, but they could have snuck one in like a 46 or a 47.50, something of that nature, because it becomes how much interest do you have to build out the options chain. Now, if we roll this position, we have 1 cent to cover, right? We're rolling it out. Let's see. Yeah, they did. They snuck in a $46 right there. Now, I can't trade a $46 because I'm in to this man for over $47. So why not just go right up here to the 50 and then let's see what we get. We'd be at $310. Let's see if that's realistic because I would take that right now and a bag of chips. So let's put it on the board and see if we can't collect just around $300 for rolling our position. And there it is. We did indeed roll that. And did we get what we wanted? Yeah, $299.70. Write it down. Hold on one second. PBF, roll, call, $50 strike, is it 5 positions? 500 shares, 12:15 expiration, and it was very nice. Okay, so we have that going for us. We like that. And that is the difference in the mindset with regard to Devon Energy and PBF as far as I'm not sure it's going to be at 50 at that time anyways. So why not just get it on the board now and start collecting the dough? So that's what we're doing there with the PBF. So that is rolled. Pepsi call. What's Pepsi up to? And they have a December 1st. There is their next ex-dividend date. Pepsi currently down today. So we'll let it tick up on Monday or Tuesday before selling another round of covered calls. And Palantir, I've tried and tried and tried. In fact, I had 12 contracts. 4 of those contracts have already been assigned early. That went on last night. So somebody made some nice dough. I just got cookie jarred on this one. And so I'll be saying sayonara to my $15 calls on Palantir, and I'll just keep the difference as profit. It's not a lot. I didn't have a whole lot of equity into those, but I have made some money on trades. I'll wait for the next dip on Palantir, sell some cash secured puts into that, and then go from there. Smuckers is, again, this has been probably the biggest schmuck trade I've made, where I do the old falling knife. I've done well at that, and then I've also taken it on the chin a few times as well. So I'm going to be thinking those through a little bit more strategically in the future. For me, it was just like almost emotion, which most of the market is. Smuckers bought Hostess, which I love ho-hos. Who doesn't like a Twinkie, right? So I thought, hey, that's a nice amount of cash flow that they're just going to add. And the market said, no, we don't like that at all. In fact, we think you way overpaid. So let's take a look at what the Smuck is doing today. And they're up just a little bit. They're up a itsy beatsy bit. And when do they pay a dividend? Can you tell me? I was looking at Coke because I was thinking about doing a money tree trade on Coke, but I want to wait until it's red. And it was barely red earlier, and now it is green. So we'll see what it does Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, anytime in between where I can still sell some puts to try to get in a few more shares before they pay their next round of dividends. Because, $57 is a good price for Coke, in my honest and accurate opinion. And S, J, and the M, JM Smucker Company. When do you want to pay me? Am I already on the books with them to get paid? Yes, yesterday. Hello. So that's a bright sign. Oh, laughter through cash is my favorite emotion. So I'll get $1.06 per share. I got 600 shares. So that'll buy me a couple Keebler cookies. Do they make Keebler? I don't know. Maybe. I know they make jelly, and now they'll be selling me Twinkies. Although I can't honestly remember last time I had a Twinkie, but the more I talk about it, the more I want it. So what should we do? Should we consider rolling that? We will definitely consider rolling both of those because we got the 120s and the 125s. It's a monthly. Is that correct? Let's take a look. Yeah, it's a monthly. If we rolled it to 120, we're still going to be in good shape dollar bill wise. So let's try to put this one on let's see. We got a medium chance. Can we get 7.5 on that? Come on. 7.4. What you're so stubborn. Let's put the 73 up there for this particular covered call position because we have another one to roll as well. And then we'll leave that on the board until it gets filled or until we have to adjust it. But let's go to the next one. So we got both of those on the board, Clean Spark, Smuckers. Let's get the other Smuckers on the board as well. And we'll go to the 120 on that also. Roll this position. And 28 days out, 75 cents. They're claiming, but we've seen that has not necessarily been true. We'll put the same on the board at 73 cents. Net, try to get a 218.82 plus the other $2 and change on, and then we'll have those on the same trade ticket, same strike price. Easier for someone with my brain to manage. So got that going for us. Square, bye. Target. This one's interesting. Okay, so I was mad at Target. It's like, how dare you treat me so bad this whole time? That was one of those falling knife trades that I just got cookie jarred on. And I just watched it go all the way downtown to Chinatown. And then it reported amazing earnings, right? And it just went up, right back up. But I was still mad at it. So I'm like, I'm going to trade you like at the money. Trade you at the money. I collected $1,200. I collected $1,200 on Monday. No, that was Wednesday. Just Wednesday on a 2-day trade, I collected $1,200 for essentially an at the money covered call, and you can see what's up. It's like it's going down to the wire. It's at 129.87. It's been as high as 131-ish, I would say. Let's take a look. Since Wednesday. Let's go to the 1 week, and let's look at what day was that? The 15th. Yeah. So yeah, it was 130.54. 130.45. So it never did get to 131. No, but it has been over that 130 mark where they will take those shares and rip them from my dead cold hands. But we'll be watching that. Where'd it go? We'll be watching that. It's kind of fun. The 130. If it goes away, I will lose money, but it'll lock in some tax loss harvesting. I don't think I'm going to let it go. If it gets real close, I'll just roll it. I think Target still has a lot of play in it. It doesn't mean it isn't going to go down again in the meantime. And then I put this trade on yesterday. Hello. The UCO, which is a 2 times levered oil ETF. And it's a bull. It's bull. So it was if you think the market's going to go up, then this is the put to trade or to even buy the shares in UCO. But I just put this on yesterday. I collected $155. And right now, yeah, it probably wouldn't let me close them for a penny, would it? Let's try it. It's probably one of those where you're either paying 5 cents or you're going heck. So if I'd close it right now all day for $5 and release this. Yeah, see, do you want to update your limit price from 1 to 5? I don't. Like, where's the no button? It is not there. So I'd have to pay 5 cents. That'd be $25. Right now, there's no need to do that because it's trading at 29.14. There's only, an hour and a half left in the trading day. 27 was the put, 1-day trade. Hello. As they say, sometimes even a blind squirrel, finds a nut. So this nut found a blind squirrel in oil. And then we go to next week. So that's what we're looking at. Excited about the all-time high. Excited about the buying power. Excited about collecting some more dollar bills on some rolls, some Tootsie Rolls. I'm excited to let things go, like Colgate and Square, even though I'm leaving a bunch of money on the table with Square. Again, that's the risk I take when I trade covered calls on Square. And my superpowers. 1, I never get bored. 2, I don't suffer from FOMO. I don't suffer from the fear of missing out. So even though I'm leaving money on the table, it's not like I'm going to be waking up in the middle of the night screaming, no, Square/block, AKA whatever you are, please come back. No, that will not happen. Same with Palantir. It may never get back down to $15, but that's the choice that I made. And you have to hold yourself accountable to the choices you make, because where you are in life right now, if you're 15 and you live like in a swampy trailer park, and your mom's an alcoholic and your dad is in prison, what's funny about that? Then yes, right now your particular situation is not your fault. However, over time, the decisions you make, the choices you make, the goals that you set for yourself, the accountability that you have at, I'd say 25 plus, wherever you are in life, that is on you. So whatever choices I make, if I leave some money on the table, if I lose some money on Target, if I sell off Pfizer and lock in, what kind of, I didn't even tell you about that. I sold off Pfizer to just get the party started on the tax loss harvesting, and I locked in a $39,000 loss. Wow, wow, wow. But again, laughter through losing cash is my favorite emotion. And it really isn't. It's actually through collecting the cash. But I made that choice and I have to live with it. I traded into Pfizer at prices that apparently were not what the market felt it was worth over time. And I got burned. So I sold those off to try to offset some of the gains from all the premium that we're collecting together. Together, we'll collect this premium together. Can't you tell it's Friday? It's Friday. Going to have good time. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I really do. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment. Coco, little sweet Coco, she'll be home tomorrow, even though I had to pay another repair on her 2008 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Fuel injector number 4 was stuck open. Pouring gas into the oil. Needed that replaced. Needed a tune-up. Not sure I've ever given it a tune-up in the 72 years I've owned the vehicle. Had a low beam headlight out. Come on, girl. Do you not know if you have a headlight or not? Driving around. I mean, she's got like 6 classes. She's student teaching and she has a job. And, so she has to drive at night for the job. Sweetie, be safe. So she'll be home tomorrow. I'm very excited about that because she only has Zoom classes. See, these professors are getting smart. Instead of having class on Monday and Tuesday and then being off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for Thanksgiving, they moved their classes to Zoom Monday, Tuesday. So Coco, be home tomorrow. And we're going out to Dish tomorrow night. Possibly the Fab 5 might just be the Fab 4 because Kid 3, this is ice skating time of year. We got this amazing ice rink outside in downtown Valpo, which I gave the mayor the idea for in 2008. I know I'll say it 10 more times in my life, but I did. And he stole it from me a few years later. That's fine. But it's like where the young, cool kids hang out. Like if you don't have a driver's license yet, then it seems like this area, there's an amphitheater right next to it where they have live concerts in the park, and then this ice skating rink, and then they can walk to different little restaurants, Rolling Stone Pizza, Brick Street Burrito. There's like a old school candy store that sells like what were those things called? Pop Rocks, and all those candies that are so good for you. So he'll be hanging out there for sure tonight, and then hopefully he'll want to hang with us tomorrow, but we'll see because the ice skating season just started. Super excited about F1. It's in Las Vegas this week. If you do nothing else, if you've never watched an F1 race, tune in the ESPN. I don't know, record it or just whatever you have to do to watch at least the first few laps and tell me it isn't unbelievable. Watch the whole race and watch the strategy with regards to, it's 2 drivers per team, 10 teams. These are the greatest drivers in the world. And the pit strategies, etc., that go on is just, it's mind-boggling. I love it. It's in Vegas. I can't wait. In fact, I'm so nerdy about it that I recorded last night's practice session number 1. It's just practice, but I haven't, it's a brand new course. So I want to see it in action. Get all excited, see what kind of lap times they're putting in. Enough rambling, Bart. Let these people go. I will. I'll let you go because you and I, we're becoming best friends in stocks, options, and dividends. And I do appreciate you. So do indeed have a wonderful weekend. See you in the next video.